Hello and welcome back to my weekly Saturday video where I talk about whatever random subject happens to be on my mind while I play Team Fortress 2 very badly. Yeah, well, I'm not really sure that new title is going to work. Doesn't really roll off the tongue as well as TF2 with Bobson. But yeah, I'm still working on it. Last week, I mentioned I was trying to figure out what I want to call these videos because they aren't really about Team Fortress 2 anymore. Well, unless I'm doing an unboxing video or like there's a new update to this game or something like that, then I start talking about Team Fortress 2. But for the most part, it's about whatever random thing I happen to be thinking about or looking at or watching or some new thing that's coming out that week or something. But yeah, it's rarely ever, most of the time it's not even about Team Fortress 2, so having Team Fortress 2 with Bobson is just a bit misleading, I guess. But anyway, let's see. What do I want to talk about this week while I am playing Scout very badly on this invasion map? Well, I guess I could mention the fact that the Tough Break update, the Tough Break campaign is at an end. All the campaign contracts are out, so if you missed it, then you missed it. Too bad. Go away. No more contracts for you. Kind of sucked because it was one of the things that got me playing every week, just to come in to get those contracts done. But oh well. So, what else is it I want to talk about beyond Team Fortress 2 related stuff? Earlier this week, today actually, I'm recording this on Thursday night, so it is today, but earlier this week when you're watching this, I saw a new trailer for a new animated movie with Seth Rogen, I think it is. It's called Sausage Party? Sausage something. What is it called? I don't remember. Oh, it was something weird, and I don't remember. Let me see if I can find what it's called. Yes, Sausage Party. It's a new animated, CGI animated movie with by Seth Rogen, and it looks like one of those DreamWorks Pixar kind of movies. If you watch the first minute of the trailer, it actually looks like the new Incredibles or the new friggin' Despicable Me or something like that. From the way the characters look, the human characters and everything looks, it looks like one of those trailers. Until about a minute into it, it just goes crazy off the wall. Really, really mature audience recommended type stuff. I mean, the basic idea of the movie is, what if your food was sapient? What if it was alive and could talk and think, and it had no idea when it was in the supermarket that you were bringing it home to eat it? And then it got home, and oh my God, you're eating it while it's alive and screaming. And it's an interesting concept, I'll give it that. But it is an R-rated movie. The uncensored trailer had profanity and extreme content in the form of a potato being skinned alive while he screams in agony, and other similar scenes like that. And it just, wow, I am actually looking forward to this movie. It is an R-rated movie, and apparently people were talking about the fact that, where I actually saw it, the forums I was looking at, they were talking about the fact that it's the first R-rated CGI movie, and yeah, I think it is. Is it really? Or does South Park movie count as the first CGI R-rated movie? Because it was technically CGI. I mean, ever since the first season of South Park on the television show, they've been using computer-generated images. They've been using computers to do it. It's not stop motion. It's not the little cardboard cutout that the original pilot was. It's all CGI. So technically, the movie was also CGI. So that was the first real R-rated CGI movie. I mean, this one is the first, like, modern CGI, I guess. Like, Despicable Me kind of three-dimensional CGI kind of thing. But yeah, it looks interesting. The concept is interesting. The thought of your food actually being alive. And yeah, it just got me thinking about the whole adult-oriented adult-oriented animated movies, animated shows, and like that. Well, maybe I shouldn't really say adult-oriented, because that makes it sound like porn. Maybe you should mature audience focused movies and television shows that are animated. And it is wonderful that so many kind of mature audience focused animations are coming out, and feature-length movies are coming out like this. And it is a massive shift from what it was back in the 90s or even the early 2000s, where animation was looked at more of just for kids. It was just something that kids went to, and it was only for children. Animations for kids and like that. But stuff like South Park really did change that, and stuff like Adult Swim on Cartoon Network and stuff like that changed the perception of adult, mature audience content that's animated. And I like that. It is nice. I want to see more mature audience focused animations. Though I would like to see more serious animations. I mean, for the most part, mature audience animations are more comedy focused, it's more slapstick, it's more gross out humor and random over the top violence like South Park stuff or Family Guy. Holy crap, how Family Guy has degenerated into just over the top violence and sight gags and crap like that, and it's just sad, really. I mean, it's been going for what, 16 years now after being canceled twice, and it's just limping along over and over again, with each new season getting worse and worse, just over the top weird violence and stuff like that. At least in the earlier seasons, it was kind of funny in a comedic way instead of just gross out humor and like that. But yeah, for the most part, animation is still treated like just comedy. If it's not treated for kids, it's then treated for comedy and like that, with a few exceptions, like last year's feature-length movie. What was it called? Anomalisa, I think it was. Anomalisa. It was a stop-motion animated drama. It was not for children. It was a stop-motion animated film. It was a drama. It was, yeah, I think it did come out last year, right? Or was it earlier this year? I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. But yeah, something like that. I would like to see more like that, or like an action movie that could just go crazy with the budget. I mean, you can do so much more with animation than you can with traditional, like, special effects and having actors in these weird costumes and the weird face makeup and like that. You can do so much more with animation, but no one ever goes that direction with, like, action or real serious kind of stuff, because it's usually played off for comedy when it comes to animation. It's always for comedy. It's just done for gags, for fun, for laughter and like that. But yeah, it would be nice to see more of that kind of thing, more like an Anomalisa, something like that. But yeah, this movie looks interesting because it is. Well, yeah, getting back to the movie, it is interesting, the concept of it, of food being alive and screaming as you're eating it. It's a terrifying concept. But yeah, the funniest part is, I know for a fact that at some point after this movie is released, there's going to be parents that are just going to see the basic hint of the trailers, and they're going to take their kids to see this movie, and they're going to be in there with like an 8-year-old kid, and all of a sudden there's going to be swearing and cursing and violence and weird potatoes being skinned alive and screaming in agony and stuff like that. And they're going to see this, and they're going to be there with their kids because they did not do any research. They didn't look into what the movie was about. They just saw animated cartoon stuff, and they think it's got to be for kids. Despite the fact that there's this big R rating on the movie posters, that it's an R-rated film, not for kids. I mean, that's the whole point of an R rating, that it's not child appropriate. So, yeah. As soon as this movie gets released, I guarantee you there's going to be like news stories on Yahoo or wherever you happen to look up your online news, and there's going to be parents complaining, "Oh my God, I brought my 8-year-old kids to see this animated movie, and there was cursing and naked food and weird stuff like that." And naked food. That's a weird concept, but I guarantee you there will be naked food or some take on that in this movie. But that's the kind of direction they're probably going to go with. But yeah, I just can't wait for that. That's going to be hilarious to see those news stories of parents running out of the theaters, covering their kids' ears or covering their eyes and complaining that it gave their children nightmares because they didn't pay attention to the fact that it's an R-rated animated movie. I mean, that happened. That happened with Deadpool. Deadpool, the movie Deadpool, when it came out, there were parents that took their kids to see it because it's a Marvel movie, it's a comic book movie, so it has to be for kids. And it was an R-rated movie, which meant it had adult situations, it had swearing, it had, I think, nudity. So, yeah, it was not for kids necessarily. I mean, if you want to bring your kids to it and they're mature enough to see it, okay. But it's not intended for children. And there were these parents that brought their children there and then complained that it was an R-rated movie. Even though it was right there on the posters when they went in that it was an R-rated movie, and they still brought their kids to it. So yeah, that's going to happen with this movie. I can't wait for it because it does look like a DreamWorks Pixar kind of style, at least to the humanoid characters and to the food characters. So yeah, that is going to happen, the whole parent situation thing. But it does look interesting, it looks fun, and it just got me thinking about the whole mature audience cartoon movies and stuff like that. Because there have been adult-oriented cartoon movies dating back all the way to the 70s with, I think, what was his name, Ralph Bakshi, with stuff like Fritz the Cat and Wizards, and his version of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and stuff like that. That was had some very mature content within it. It was more seriously done. It was fun. I actually liked those movies when I was younger, and I actually watched Fritz the Cat and stuff like that when I was younger because my mom liked it, and I watched it with her. So yeah, it's just sad that mature audience cartoons aren't as commonplace as they probably really should be. But yeah, let's see. I think that's basically all I wanted to talk about. Well, that's all I think I had on my mind this week. So yeah, let's see. Anything else new on my channel? More Don't Starve, more Banish, more Terraria. Same as it ever was. Check it out. There's probably links in this video. Little annotation thing or the little pop-up thing that happens at the top right corner of the screen. So check that out if you're interested in watching my Terraria or other Let's Plays or anything like that. But yeah, anyway, I think that's enough for this week. So thanks for watching. This has been Bobson. This has been more of me rambling on about random crap while I play Team Fortress 2 badly. And I do need to work on that title. So I think I'll just stick with Bobson Rants or something like that for now. So anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.